Okay, so we're going to talk a little bit about a notion called a determinant. Now you can study determinants in quite a bit of detail. They have many properties. They're useful for many different items. But we're going to take just enough of the notion of determinant to get us through our discussion of cross products. So this is a useful tool, and it can be used to do this long computation of the cross product in a really concise way. So first we can talk about what's called a 2 by 2 determinant. What that represents is this. You have a square arrangement of numbers, an array of numbers in a square, and I'm using a 2 by 2, meaning 2 rows and 2 columns, and the symbol is a vertical line on either side. This is the standard symbol for a determinant. And so there's no restriction as to what these values can be. They can be positive, negative, zero, they can be decimal, they can be fraction, they can be any values, any real values we're allowed to use. And so another example might be negative 2, 1, 5, 3, or 0, negative 4, negative 1, negative 3. So any arrangement in a 2 by 2 grid with these vertical lines at the side may be used to represent a determinant. Now the computation is very straightforward. You multiply along this what's called the main diagonal. This is the major diagonal, this is the minor diagonal. So along the main diagonal you multiply and subtract. It is always subtract. Always subtract. It's multiply here minus multiply here along the minor diagonal. So the main diagonal and then the minor diagonal, and you subtract. If the values themselves are negative, you take that into account when you do the computation. And so this is 15 minus 4, so this determinant is 11. Now what that represents and how that's used we'll talk about later on. For now, given a 2 by 2 determinant, you should be able to find that number. So in this case, let's work that. Again, it's multiply minus multiply. And then you fill in the characters here. This is negative 2, this is 3. Multiply along the main diagonal, subtract, multiply along the minor diagonal, 5 times 1. So this is negative 6 minus 5 in this case. This is negative 11. That's a coincidence. I didn't plan that out. This is multiply minus multiply. 0 times negative 3 and negative 4 times negative 1. So that is 0. You got to be careful. Minus, do the arithmetic correctly, 4. So that's negative 4. So a 2 by 2 determinant is very straightforward to compute. Multiply, subtract, multiply, and do the arithmetic.